best I'm doing. Cool beans. Here we go. That's the black of his apron, gambeson, tunic, robe, whatever you want to call it. Now let's quickly get this. Quite proud that I only did a single spill. It's a tiny little dot there on his neck. I'm very pleased. I have a weird gut feeling to leave these two bits there on the underside of his gun as white, so I'm going to. Same actually goes with the underslung needle. Seems so weird to me. I'm going to take the underslung grenade. I'm going to take the underslung shotgun. I'm going to take the underslung needle. That's always moments like now I wish I did it in true sub-assembly, but oh well, easy enough. Just requires some extra care, even though care is hard. Nice. I feel like precision is really starting to come to me. Excellent. Cool. Got a bit of black on the hand there, but never mind, it's not too bad. So hard to get the inside of this gun. But we are succeeding. We are succeeding. And cool, from the front it's good. From the back it's okay. I'm struggling to get into that gap. I need a bent brush. And I don't have one. I have all the straight ones. Okay, I think that's going to do. Yeah. Nice. There's also this on the back, so this is also going to get the dark treatment. I'm going to try and give this belt the same black treatment. There we go, that'll do. Deliberately leave some things like this handle white, and the buckle itself white, just that way it has a different final look when all is there. Alright, cool. I think that's all the blacks that I need to do. I'm curious to see how these will look when I paint them silver while they're white. Alright, nice. Excellent. Right, what I'm going to do now, just because I can, I'm going to get this guy in a better position. There we go. Paint this guy's technical equipment again with a higher shade of grey. It'll be the last one before the white, and it's going to be Celestra. Go down a bit. There we go. I use my big brain. There we go. A bit spilt over, but never mind. That's barely noticeable anyway. It's fine, it's fine. So I just keep it equal. Equal. There we go. Cool. So I can do the front. Cool. Alright then, we'll let that sit for a bit, and then it shall get its final layer of white. A couple of edges on the front bit there have revealed themselves, so I'm just going to quickly go over them again. Just real quick. Nice. There we are. Right. A little bit on the shoulder there as well, but never mind. Not too bad. Yeah, it's a good second layer, I think. Nice. Alright, now that his apron is dry, we're going to add the corn red. Make it look really sweet. I'm looking forward to seeing this, actually. Right, thinned it out a wee bit. Now let's do this. Oh, this will be the main reason I'd want to be an apothecary, to wear the sick red gambeson / apron / tunic / loincloth. Let's face it, Space Marines themselves probably don't even know anymore. It's probably lost to time. To them, it's just known as the medic nappy. I got a little bit gun-ho there near the white armor. Oh no, I got some red on the white there. Oh well, it's very small. A little bit of Porax white there should do the job. Hopefully, maybe, possibly. Let's see if I can't get this edge here. I think that might be the best I'm doing. Nice. Okay, that's pretty decent. There we go. Lovely. Cool. It looks really good. I like that. I'm looking forward to seeing it all highlighted and shaded and whatnot. Yes. Excellent. And sleep. Alright, so I think what we'll have a look at now is the base. Let's see what we can do about this. So, obviously there's the Ultramarine himself, who is indeed going to become Ultramarine. I'm also noting there's a lot of rocks that's already there. My point B, I normally do a lot of astrogranite on my moon rock Ultramarine surfaces. But I don't think, at least on this thing, there'll be much need for it. I think a little sprinkling of it will do the trick. It'll mostly be on the black base itself. Anyhow, right, let's get rolling. I'm going to start with greying in all of the grey bits. We're going to use Mechanicus Standard Grey. Got a mischievous cat trying to eat my other models. Probably thin this paint down a little more, actually. There we go. Rock on, rock on, rock off. It's already starting to look pretty dope, even though I've just added nothing but rock colour. Always a good sign. Cool. Nice. Now he's looking a little bit buried.
Hey there, this is future Artifexus narrating in hindsight because for some reason my microphone cut out at this point. But never mind, you can see right here that I continue onwards, basing the Marine himself in a lovely Macragge blue. So after I finish this lovely Macragge blue layer, I then move on to changing up some of the rocks a little bit. I did it in Mechanicus Standard Grey, but then I added some Eshin Grey onto a few rocks around, just to add a little bit of variety, to make it a little bit more interesting, you know? Then, of course, to make him a true Ultramarine, I then went on to adding the Retributor Armor Gold, because that gold is absolutely super lovely sweet. And now he's really starting to look the part, you know, despite being dead and all that. After going around the model doing the golds, I then went around doing the finer details, such as the rebars, the metal rebars that were sticking out of the rubble, and there was also the bolter shells that were scattered around the place. I did some of those up. And then I did some of the details on the Space Marine himself. I did the red of his eye lens, I did the metal of his pipework on the side of his helmet, things of that nature. I also added a couple of touch-ups between the golds that spilled over. Anyway, back to Pastros.
Alrighty then, just to see how it goes, I'm now going to dry brush onto his red gambeson apron thing. A bit of Mephiston red. And also I got my hands on an old makeup brush. I've actually got several. This is a smaller one. It's much softer bristles than the one I've been dry brushing with of late, so I'm hoping that'll leave for a nice look on the gambeson. We shall see. Right then. Let's see how well this goes. Oh, well, we got some on the white there. Oh dear. Sometimes I wonder why I take so much care sometimes just to do crazy things like this that mess it up. Oh well. It looks good though. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Definitely adds something. Nice. I like it. And hopefully going over that in white will look alright. White alright. Hee. Right, I think if any more painting is going to be done on the gambeson apron tunic thing, it's not going to be dry brushing, so I think I'm safe to paint on these black necklace things. What am I talking about? It's whatever holds these up. I'm just using silly words. Right. There we go. There we go. It's looking good. Sometimes my hands just start shaking. It's just like, oh, there, like that. There we go. Wah, wah. And shaky stop. Nope, shaky not stop. Okay. Different position. But I found that the more I use the brush, my shakes just occur less often now. Oh yeah, I forgot. For a minute I thought I snapped his head off, but I just remembered it's magnetized. He's good. Come on, get off. Get away, head. There we go. Cool, nice. You know what? While I'm here with some black on my brush, I may as well do his joints. Like these ones here. I've got really bad shakes today, guys. It's making everything so much fun. And for some reason, my black is running out on my brush quicker than usual. What? Talk about trying to get through a gap. There we go. Nice. He's in such a straightforward position, and yet his joints are really quite difficult to paint for some reason. Just added a bit more moisture to my brush. I'm hoping this will help. There we go. I think I just hadn't quite wet up my blacks enough. Nope, it's still garbage. You know, I'm going to try a smaller brush. That's what a sensible person would probably do. Where's all the sensible people when you need them? Oh god. The black spilled out. Oh no. I'm not having luck with the black today. Oh well. Paint over that bit of white, it'll be fine. Excellent. Yeah, something like that. Nice. That one turned out kind of decent. Man, today was not my day for joints. But oh well, they're done. And that's what matters. Ain't that right, Bruce? Right, so he's got these weird vial things. As in, like, they're vials that he puts things in, not that they're gross. And I think I'm going to coat these in this Rune Lord brass. Yes, I think so. It's a decent kind of colour. A little darker than what I had in my mind, but still, it'll work. It'll work. There we go. Yeah, they look kind of cool. Nice. There we are. And you know what? While we're here, I'm going to paint the seals, the Rakarth flesh. Was it Rakarth flesh? I'm trying to remember what I do now. Yeah, Rakarth flesh. That was it. Wow, this looks really thick. I thinned it down as well. Did I not thin it enough? Paint is confusing me. It's just the one of those days, I guess. There we go. That'll do good. That'll do good. Tell you what, maybe now's a good time to start on these servo arms here. Paint them silver. Of course, for that, we're going to need a lead belcher. Right, I probably made this absurdly too thin. Let's find out, shall we? Alright, it's not too bad. Nice. In fact, the thinness kind of works well with the white undercoat. Yeah, alright, cool. Makes it look extra shiny. I mean, no, the paint's definitely too thin, but it still looks kind of cool. And I barely added any water. One of these days I really need to get a medium. I will. I promise. One of these days I will. Cool. Well, it may be cool, but I'm still going to add some more lead belcher to my pile. Make it a bit thicker. There we go. Believe it or not, ladies and gents, I'm actually terrible with words. I merely pretend to be good at spicking. That's more like it. Let's go over the whole thing. Actually, no, I won't go over the main light, but I'll go over everything else. Now, it looks so cool just for that. I love it. Nice. But man, white as an undercoat for lead belcher, it's so cool. I love it. Tell you what, while we let that dry, may as well do a little bit to the helmet over here. Now, what to do? Okay, we're going to try the thing. I'm going to try the thing. Going to try painting his eyes. We're going to jump in with Mephiston Red, of course. Wow, here we go. Get a tiny dink of this in my wet palette. Okay, here we go. We'll see how well this goes. It's so good you can barely see it. Okay, yeah, that looks more reasonable. Right. Okay, no spell, but not fully there yet. Nice. It's pretty good. I'd say that's a solid 95%. Nice. Now let's do inside this here lens as best we can, while keeping it firmly in the lens. Okay, that's not firmly in the lens, but near as damn it. Easy enough to sort. I'm going to assume this thing here is also red. Gut feeling. Just running with that gut. Run, gut, run. Alright, cool. Is that cool? Actually, now I've twisted. Oh yeah, there's a little bit on the underside. There we go. Okay, there's a tiny bit of overspill, but that should be easier to clean up than the lens itself was to do. Nice. Okay, cool. I'm definitely pleased with that eye, though. Excellent. Don't know if it was meant to be red or green or what, but I've just made them all red. In hindsight, I'm starting to think I wish one of them had been green or blue. Tell you what would some Tesseract glow look like over that red lens? Let's say we find out right now. Wow, it's like he spilt lemonade in his eye. Still, I'll keep it in there that way up, just to sort of dry off. Alright, well I think all the base colours for this dude is now done, in effect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to dry brush over the entire thing, very lightly, with a bit of Dawnstone, make it look like it's covered in just dust and rubble and whatnot. And perhaps with just a touch of irony, I'm going to do it with my old dry brushing brush, like the original one, because it leaves a kind of rough look, which, obviously being on the ground, covered in, you know, dirt, debris, rubble, all that stuff, it's appropriate, it's good. I say irony because I've started using other brushes for dry brushing now, and yet here I am now, going back to the other one, out of some kind of necessity. Probably using a sponge would be better, but I'm hoping if I just sort of go like that, we'll get a similar effect. There we go. Nice. Nice, there we go. It doesn't need much more than that. Yeah, you can kind of see now it's got a covered in some dust and grime. Cool, good. I like it. Yeah, any more than that, it runs the risk of making it look old or something, but no, he's covered in just the dust of the battlefield has settled, you know, that kind of vibe. Cool, I like it. Plus it'll also blend better with the base that I will do it on. And you guys know something we haven't done for a little while? We haven't looked at the bare head for a wee while. So how about we do that? Because I would say, get your face in there, boy. This collar is just about ready for some Corax white. There we go. There we go. Nice. Even nicer when I have a brush that doesn't split. Right, in addition to a great unclean one invasion, we now have a nice white neck armor collar thing. Boop. Look at his snotty nose. Someone needs a wipe. That someone is you. Oh, there we go. Alright, so now we are going to paint his actual skin. His flesh skin. There we go. And as always, we'll begin it with a base layer of Rakarth flesh, as I think that makes a very good base for skin. Let's thin down a little. Emphasis on a little by the look of it. Excuse you, cat. I clean his eyes and nose, and what do I get for it? I get diseases. Such wonderful gifts from Nurgle. I mean, no, reject them in the name of the Emperor. There's still so much black on show around the edge of his white thing. I might have to touch up that edge. Makes me think that in future I should probably do the skin first. Cool, I learnt something from this guy. Yeah. Nice, but other than that, that layer's good and solid. My lighting's really directional. There we go, that's better. Cool. He's looking sufficiently ugly. You know, he's a perfect Space Marine thus. In a way, I kind of like the black rim around his white armor thing, but nah, I'm not going to keep it, don't you worry. I'm not that insane. Why it would be insane, we don't know, but it is. Cool. Nice. Now we'll just let that base dry. Now let's have a closer look at this thing in his hand right here. I'm thinking to myself of painting that now. So, obviously it's got some, like, flappy bits. Some progenitor gland flappy bits. Gene seed flaps. I don't know. Look, I'm not an apothecary, right? This guy is. He knows what he's talking about, but I don't. But anyways, it's going to be sort of red, but also some metallic-y bits. Because, you know, it's sort of artificially put in there. Even though I know it's kind of grown in there. I don't know, man. But first, we're going to base it with, I'm torn between basing it with corn red or basing it with ...
Mephiston red, because my intention after basing it with whichever red I choose and the relevant metals, that I'm then going to add some, well, I'll show you. I finally got me some blood for the blood god, so I'm going to be able to make some good blood stains with this. It's just going to be the base layer, like the blood on the hands. I'm hoping a little down the line to add some thicker, gloopier stuff to it and make it like nice and chunky, but first we need to add a base red. Looking at it, Blood for Blood God is very similar to Corn Red, so I'm actually wondering about making it Mephiston Red, just so it's a bit different. You know what, I'm going to run with my gut and see how it looks. If it doesn't work, I know for future. So, in the end, we still win. But then again, I'm also thinking, what about Screamer Pink? Because that's kind of like the colour of kidneys. You know what I mean? And kidneys are in bodies, so you know that bodies can make that kind of colour. You know, no, sorry, I am going to do Screamer Pink. Call me crazy, but it's what I'm going to do. Wow, look at that. Lovely. Just a little blob of that in my wet palette. There we go. Yeah, so in this instance I'm trying to just paint the organ itself, not so much anything else. That's what Blood God is for. I assume they'd shorthand the name of Blood for Blood God into just Blood God or something, right? I suppose it doesn't matter too much if I get a bit of this elsewhere within this region, given where he's been sticking his mitts lately. A little bit like that, there we go. Alright, cool, nice, nice. In fact, you know what guys, I've had an idea. I'm actually going to paint some of these strandy bits, rather than metal, than Mephiston red. Because I'm thinking maybe they would be enshrouded in more organic matter than I give it credit for. There we go, cool. Alright, nice. Now, here's the question. Do I add any of this Mephiston red to his fingers and then Blood for the Blood God, or just straight Blood for Blood God?